All right.
If I gotta fix something, then I want to see it. So.
What time is it? 5:15? Yeah. All right, let's get started. So, the first topic. Thank you for everybody tuning in. I appreciate it. And, thank you, Marcellus, for coming. Thank you, Cierra, as well. I appreciate it. You guys helping me kick this off with a bang. I'm super excited.
The names that you're choosing for us?
Elemental Plateau. Yeah. And you guys are going to be the Elementalist. So, Elementalist and Analyst. We're going to throw those together, and that's what you guys are going to be.
Okie dokie.
So, quickly, I just want to go into it. I created the podcast for the simple fact that I noticed a lot of people didn't touch on subjects that I felt needed addressing, and I felt like people thought were always taboo. So, me and Cierra would always stay up late night and have these talks. We got into it a couple of times over a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, this would be good material.
I haven't heard any
You can't be doing that on stream.
What?
It'll be toxic.
It's not going to be toxic. No. So, and the same thing with Marcellus here. I felt like he'd be a good... Marcellus actually writes too, by the way, chat. He's working on a screenplay, right?
Oh, several screenplays.
Several screenplays.
Several.
So, once I post this podcast, I'll put the link down in the bottom, section of it in the description, so you guys can check it out. Check him out and check Cierra out. She streams as well. Creative artist. She actually did a couple of icons, which I'm going to be doing later, and put them up on the stream. But anyway, so back to the podcast. The first topic, is chivalry really dead? And dating in this current generation. And I'll let one of you guys decide who you want to go first on that one. And kind of get a general background of yourself, your dating habits, and then go into it.
My dating habits.
Yeah.
I don't think chivalry is dead, but not in the context of a romantic date or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I hold doors open for.
You do?
And older people.
So you're hitting on older people now? Is that what it is?
No, but I'm not hitting on them. I don't know. It's so ingrained into my habits. I don't hold doors for guys usually.
Right. So I mean, why is it ingrained in your habits?
The weird thing is I'm gay, and I'm like, why would I hold doors for women? That makes no sense.
Why don't you just hold open doors for everybody? Come on, now.
That's the thing, but I don't think about it. It's just.
I'm just gonna walk right in. Screw the guy behind me. I'm just gonna walk in.
So wait. Were you guys taught that at an early episode or age? Should I say not episode, but early age to hold doors open for people or no? It was just something you picked up.
I don't know. Yes, I got Q.
I don't know if I was taught it specifically, but I know I definitely oh, hey, you're supposed to open doors for people. So I even try to do it with, men, but then they get all offended. So it's just I may as well just not,
They get offended?
They get offended when I do it. But, if they do it, they're like, oh, respect me,
Okay,
respect me, I opened the door.
I don't know, with me, I was taught that at an early age. Just to hold the door open for everybody. I'm a nice guy, by the way. I'm a self-proclaimed nice guy. But,
yeah.
I have a bad experience of quote-unquote nice guys.
Self-proclaimed nice guys, I know. That's why I did it. Everybody says they're nice, and then technically I find that those people aren't generally nice as they think they are.
You should visit r/nice guys on Reddit. Oh my god. The worst.
I gotta check that out for later.
They're nice. Yeah, they're nice to women they want to hit on, they want to get with. But then when they get rejected, they were like, "Oh, you can I curse on?"
Yes, you can curse on it. Yeah, you're fine. You're perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, your cunt probably stinks anyway.
Yeah.
And they go on a tirade. It's ridiculous.
No, it's true. It's true. That does happen. I was in Jersey Shore and what was it? I went outside. We were at this club, and I went outside, and there was these two jacked cock diesel dudes just standing outside, smoking. So I'm chilling on the patio, talking to them, and this girl walks by with her boyfriend, and the guy's like, "Hey, hey, you, come here. And she's like, no, thanks. She's like, all right, well then fuck you, this snub-nosed bitch. I don't want to talk to you anyway. And I'm like, bro. But I was like, I can't say anything, and I know the guy that's with her isn't going to say anything because this dude is a good, like, 220 pounds, and, like, just full muscle. And I'm like, bro, just bite your tongue on that one and keep walking, please.
Yeah, you told me that story.
Yeah. It's
generally, that is also in, like, dating websites, like Tinder and stuff like that. You know, self-proclaimed nice guy, like, hey, you look beautiful, and then the girl doesn't particularly care for it, and they're like, okay, you fucking suck, whatever.
Yeah,
like, they're trying to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
This is a real pleasure of mine. I like watching videos on YouTube about nice guys.
I
don't know, it's so entertaining, but it's so disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's almost like an addiction to say, because, like, you would never do it. That's why you're so surprised and you're so captured by it that people actually do these things. So that's what makes it intriguing. But, like, at the same time, your, like, moral compass tells you that it's bad. So you're just like, why?
So if we go back to the topic of chivalry, these guys obviously think that chivalry is part of the whole nice guy package, right?
Right.
So are we thinking chivalry is just an outward appearance thing? Because obviously inside these guys are super rotten.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's the true product of chivalry actually dead, because I notice nowadays there's no art in courtship. There's no serenading. There's no prime example. The word bitch is considered like acceptable to call a female. Like now, you'd be like, hey, yo, my bitch does this. My bitch cooks for me. Blah 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 blah. That's considered acceptable.
If and to me, that's if and only if the person saying the word bitch is a close friend of that person.
Right. I mean, even then, like, yeah, like I think, me personally, I think guys take it well too far, in the sense, like, even my boy that I used to hang out with back in the day, just every single girl, it didn't matter who she was, if she was a friend, if she wasn't a friend, if he was trying to date her, like, he would just refer to all females as bitches. And I'm like, bro, chill. Like, chill. And
I mean, in a friend sense, I wouldn't mind it, but, like, if it was my girlfriend or significant other calling me a bitch, like, just speaking to her friends or something, I probably wouldn't be that okay with it.
yeah,
That's true.
right.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a good point too, JP. I don't think, another thing I wanted to mention is nowadays I don't think girls are raised to recognize chivalry, you know? Like, I held the door open. I went on a date and I held the door open for somebody. And she was like, why are you holding the door open for me? And I'm like, because... So she didn't even know when to recognize chivalry. I would, like, take her out and I would offer to pay, and we got in this whole argument, or not even an argument, but it was just like a discussion about, I'm like, that's how I was brought up. You pay for the female, whoever you want to date or whatever. And she was like, no, I'm fine. I'm completely fine. And I'm like, just accept the payment. Make this easy.
But why? I mean, if she's offering to pay for the other half, why not?
I agree. And that's what I was saying. A lot of things have changed nowadays to where equally, like, females are more willing to do stuff in a relationship, buy you things, which I think guys take advantage of. I do say that. Certain guys take advantage of that. But it's a lot different from back in the day, whereas, like, say, for instance, our parents...
So we...
Say that again?
The classical sense of chivalry? Like,
yeah, the classical sense. Like, is it really lost?
I don't know. I mean, I'm in a gay relationship, so I don't actually know how it works in a heterosexual relationship.
I got
Same
a little bit
here.
insight.
I have like a general idea by just looking at, like, my mother's friends' relationships or her relationships as well. Like, people, like, women generally don't, like, expect to be treated correctly all the time.
Right.
Like, they'll get, like, beat and they'll just stay in the relationship anyway. And it's just like, I don't know why.
Mhm.
I would never do that. Or at least I wouldn't think I would. I've never been like in an abusive relationship
Mad,
like
deeply
that.
in love, and yeah, I have, and it's very, very, very toxic. Like my ex, we used to fight all the time, like all the time. It got to the point where I just got tired of it, and like we broke up several times. But the thing about it is, like, you care for that person so much that you can't stay away from. You have like an actual attraction to them, and no matter how many times you tell yourself this isn't good, this is toxic or whatever, you end up keep going back because you justify it, because you're like, all right, maybe if I do this differently, she won't get mad, or maybe if I do other things differently in the relationship, then she won't get mad. You have to understand that if somebody's already at the point where they're hitting you and you're hitting them back and you're fighting physically, it's gonna happen. Like, you need to be able to take yourself back out of the situation and stop it. You don't need to actually change stuff in a relationship, because obviously it doesn't work. You've tried it 5, 6, 7 different times and it hasn't worked. You changing anything hasn't worked. So you need to actually remove yourself from that. And I learned that. I mean, it took me 7 years to learn that through the course of like a 7-year relationship. But finally, like, we called it quits. And I was telling JP this yesterday. She's married. She actually ended up cheating on me with the guy she's married to, which, like, I got over it. It hurt for a while, but I got over it. And I was like, she's happy. She has a kid. She finished school and everything, and I'm pretty sure she's a lot less toxic. So for both of us, we learned from that,
When did the physical aspect of the abuse start in your relationship?
I want to say it was probably around the time that I met her dad, because her parents were separated. So,
yeah.
And I remember specifically, her mom used to stress her out, but it was fine. You could deal with that. Her mom, I want to say, was very, like, violent, but that was a workable situation, because a lot of times her mom had to go to work or anything like that. But when her dad came up to visit, a lot of times he would put unnecessary stress on her by just putting her in a situation. Like, I've seen her brother throw dog shit in her face and her dad just do nothing.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Like, there was dog crap all over the yard, and he wanted both of them to clean it up. And her brother, the younger of the two, was spoiled. So he said he's not cleaning it up, and they got in an argument, and he picks up dog crap and throws it in her face. And her dad's like, instead of dealing with the brother, he yells at her for not being. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of it was just mental stress from that, and that's when it started. And how do you, as the significant other,
was that? How far into the relationship was that?
I want to say maybe about 2 years. 2 years before he actually started coming back around, because even then he was kind of like a closet racist towards me.
I see.
He actually called me the N-word on several occasions, and I had to deal with that. And then he later apologized. Like, we're actually cool now. We're on good terms. He apologized for what he did back in the day, so it was good. But as a significant other, how do you...
Yeah, after 2 years, you're probably way deep in there at that point, right?
Yeah, like, how do you do that? You think you found the love of your life. How do you deal with that? Like, so... But yeah, that was that. I mean... It was very toxic. She actually caught an assault charge, and I dropped the charges.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hit her back? Like, what happened?
No. Not for this particular occasion. I'm not gonna lie. I did, like, I would hold her down so that, like, if she, like, slapped me or punched me or anything like that, and then I would try to leave, but, like, eventually, this particular situation, the same setup, is, obviously I don't remember what we were arguing about. It was something stupid back in the day. And I wanted to leave. I was at her house. I wanted to leave. And she's like, no, we're going to talk about this. And I'm like, just let me leave. By then, we both start raising our voices. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to yell at you. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to come back later. I go to take and open the door, and I stick my hand in the door, and she kicks it closed on my hand. And, like, and it's a heavy door. So,
ow.
So her neighbors across the street are very... very, very nosy and very reserved, and they hear the yelling, and naturally to say, I think I was, what was it? I was 20 at the time. She was No, I take that back. I was 19 at the time. She was 17 because she's 2 years younger than me.
Oh, very
And,
young.
yeah. And they called the cops. They called the cops, and a state trooper shows up, and I'm like, oh, Lord, no. State trooper shows up, and he says, by law, since she's underage, we have to press charges. And I'm like, okay. I was like, are you sure? Because I don't want to press charges on her. I just want to be done with it. And he was like, yeah, by law, and since there's not a parent at home at this time, because her mom was at work, she caught a charge. She caught a charge, and obviously she acted nice up until the court gate. I dropped the charges, and then we went back to arguing. So, lesson be learned. But yeah, that's how volatile the relationship was. That's what I was saying. Chivalry, the dynamic in that, is that people often look at the male or the counterpart, the person who's doing the courting, and they don't look at the person who's actually receiving it. And are they actually willing to accept that? Because I see a lot of girls nowadays, like, I mean, I saw on Twitter, matter of fact, this guy who hitting on this girl, and he's like, Casey Lynn, the best tits on my Twitter feed. And I'm like, is that a compliment? Like, is that what passes as a compliment? But she liked the tweet, and I'm like,
I feel like it nowadays people kind of pass it as a compliment. I don't personally, but it's so weird, like to just I don't know, it's objectifying in a way.
Yeah,
I think
It's up to her to be offended or not.
I agree. I agree with JP, and it comes down to what women think their self-worth is, and if they think it's enough to just say, you know, nice tits, and then that's it.
right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, do you think women's self-worth has degraded over, like, the course of a couple of years?
I
Like, it's
think it
trending
can
now.
be.
Oh.
I try to just keep mine pretty up there, but I degrade myself, but I don't really accept it from other people very often.
I've
Yeah,
actually
I see
seen
that.
very few examples of low degraded self-esteem. Most of the women that I know are pretty up there. They would not take that comment
Right.
well at all.
And that's good. That's the type of relationship I shoot for. Like, in a joking manner, if you know the girl, or if you have like a friendship with her and she knows that that's your style of humor, perfectly fine. But this is just like some random guy that messaged her, and I was like, I'm just about to start doing it. Like, I'm like, hey girl, you gotta. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I promise you. That's just not in me to do it. I have had those thoughts back in the day, but I was like, nah, I just can't do it.
The nicest tits on your feed.
Exactly. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna be that guy.
No freaking way.
But I told myself, I was like, no, just stick to what you know. Like, I mean,
Well, then you're just another guy on the internet just saying, you know,
yeah.
nice boobs. Look at that rack.
I mean, you guys play a lot of FPSs and you talk on the chats, right? On the game
Yeah.
chat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially for you, Q.
That's a pain in the ass. Like, I clipped some stuff and I put it in Discord if you wanted to look at that. You know, like, hey, can you call me daddy? Like,
Oh my god.
Oh,
no
God,
thank you.
That's right, JP. I agree on that one. Yeah. It hasn't really ever been great, and I don't think, with the recent trend in, like, women fighting even more, or even harder, should I say, for, like, equality, that's one of the things I think they kind of need to change about, like, their image. It's just their self-worth, because I notice a lot of girls nowadays are brought up, they're brought up with technology. They're brought up that nobody owes them anything. There aren't nice people in the world, and they should be defensive about everything. So even if you pay them a compliment nowadays, they don't accept it. They don't know how to take it. Stuff like that. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse now. I think, like, the art of being kind to one another is just getting lost. Especially the technological age and, like, the internet. It's socially accepted because, you know, somebody can literally talk about you, slander your character, call you a bad name, do whatever, and at the end of the day, they can turn off their computer and carry on about their day because nothing holds them accountable for it. You know?
They'll forget about it, you know.
Exactly. But for you, it makes you feel bad.
Yeah, it does.
Words hurt. Like, we'll be honest here, words hurt. Like, it's as much as people say they don't get to them, they do think about it, and like it all depends on if you let that affect your psychological mindset or not. I mean, I choose not to. Like, it's I've been told I've been too nice by, like, this is a good friend of mine, Brittany, and I think we're out at a bar or something, and she saw me talking to this girl. And normally when I go out to a bar, I buy people drinks and stuff like that. So that's just me. That's just who I am. So I was talking to a girl. I didn't think anything of it. Nothing went by it. Obviously, we didn't go home together or anything. And then I get back over to Brittany, and she's like, Michael, you're way too nice. Like, be mean a little. Like, talk about their hair or something. I'm like, I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. She's like, I honestly can't see. She's like, because you're so much of a nice guy, I really can't see you getting in a relationship. Because
really?
of that. Yeah. And she meant well by it. Like, she means well. We're still cool to this day, but like, she meant well by it, and I could see that it was coming from a good place, so I didn't take offense to it. But at that time, it made me really question who I was.
Well, I mean, let's take a scenario. Let's say you are at a bar. What's the worst possible thing that could happen if you're nice to somebody? To a girl.
You could get a drink thrown in your face if they take it the wrong way. That's worst case scenario, though.
Or their boyfriend locks up, like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
by the way, it's been 20 minutes. Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to know, but we can move on, or we can stay on this topic.
We can probably. This is a good topic. What I did is I created like 3 topics, and based on how long they would run into each other, like, if we ran out of stuff to say about this topic, then we can move on to the next one. So, theoretically, we could actually stay on this topic for the whole podcast. And then we can save the other 2 topics for another time.
We can move on.
No, I mean, this is good. No, because JP...
I find it interesting. I'm just telling you the time.
Yeah, it's fine. Because I like the dynamic of it. It's something that, like, we all have similar opinions on, but different experiences, if you know what I mean. So, right. That's why I wanted to come from like an outside looking in, because like I don't normally get to talk about these things with anybody. Like, I have one best friend who is a social worker. He's a social worker for like troubled kids and everything. Probably my best friend. I want to say this guy named Scotty, who I'm gonna try to get him in on one of the podcasts, and he tells me the stories of just nonsense. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised what, like, 15, 16-year-old kids, what they do, what they go through, the addictions that they have. This guy, just to give you an example, there's, what is it? One of his cases that he has is a 13-year-old kid that he goes periodically to his house. Broken home, no dad. The mom's only there, no boyfriend, single parent. And he has, I think, 8 or 9 recorded cases of attempted suicide.
Yeah.
And, like, this is, like, legitimately, like, him cutting himself, overdosing. And the reasons is just because of the broken home. Because he felt like his dad didn't love him or anything like that. And, I mean, that's the stuff that I want to touch on. So... the fact that we actually have this much to talk about on, like, topics is good. It's, like, perfect. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want for anything anymore. What's up, Brian, by the way? Thank you for showing up and showing out. How do I look? Spiffy. I did the Trinity knot. And Cierra even got a webcam. She bought a webcam for this. I'm going to put her out like that.
I did not buy a webcam for this. I need it for stream.
Did. Sure.
I rushed it to get for this podcast, but, like, I need it for stream.
You're naked? You're watching this naked? That's the best place to do. That's good. So, but yeah, I do find it kind of hard. Like, I've been single for a while. Like, a long time. And part of that's because I don't deem the local girls I don't deem dateable per se.
What's girls?
I don't know. They just don't have any goals. They don't have. You know how somebody just strikes you as like a person you can see yourself with.
Yeah.
Barely, tell me if you can back me up on this one, because he lives where I live at, and like the girls around here, the caliber, they don't shoot for anything. They don't have any goals. Most of them are like stay at home, go out to the bar, drink, and that's pretty much it. And they want somebody to take care of them, and I'm not that person. I can take care of somebody if they have goals, if they have dreams or aspirations, but let's see. Exactly. So he just said it in chat, you know, like the girls around here are like almost 30 and they're still going out to the bars, drinking and partying. There's nothing wrong with that if you have other priorities, mind you. I'm all about having fun. But that's all they do. Like if you ask them if they've ever been outside the county, no. Do they ever travel? No. What do they want to do with their life? I don't know.
Stay in county.
Yeah, pretty much. So how do I date in an environment like that when I can't connect with them? I can't bond. I can't talk about anything. So
You would be a person who would want to stay at county.
right. That's why I kind of envy you guys, because you guys live in the city where you have options. If you're not feeling somebody, just on to the next one. You know what I mean? Like it's a city and you have plenty of options. But
We have some people like that here who don't have any aspirations to leave, or but there are a lot of stuff to do here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. I want it a hobby. It shouldn't be bar hopping at the age 30 and 35. If you plan on being in a relationship, shouldn't be
I actually know gay men who do that.
a lifestyle,
30s and 50s.
right? And they just hop around in a lifestyle and just like
Yeah, but they have money, so I guess they're okay.
so, and I guess that's part of the dynamic too. So like, I mean, dating, I'm kind of biased in that sense. I've been here for about 10, 11 years. So my opinion is kind of jaded in that sense with like women. Like I've had the talk where my mom asks me all the time, she's like, why don't you date the sisters or anything? Sisters meaning black females. And it's not that I don't want to date them by any chance. Like I don't have anything against them. I think they're beautiful, they're gorgeous. But the girls around here, yet again, like no aspirations. I look at a lot of girls I went to high school with, have 3 babies' fathers. I'm thinking of one right specifically now, by the way. 3 babies' fathers. 2 of them are literally in jail. 4 kids, single parent, still going out partying and clubbing. And talking about how guys ain't shit. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's your choice in men. And
Right.
for me, like, telling my mom that, she just... Obviously, she grew up in a different time, so telling her that, she doesn't get it.
One girl, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's one girl, but it's like, I give her an example of like a whole bunch. The funny thing is she talked to this girl, and this girl actually had a thing for me back in the day. But after finding that out, like, she deemed like the girl not necessary. She was like, nah, I don't want that for my son. And I'm like, thank God, I appreciate it. Because she asked my mom about me, and if we could hang out sometime. And my mom was like, I don't know. I'd have to talk to him about it, but I'll get back to you on it. Thank God my mom is a perfect deflector on that. She knows what's up with that.
Hey, Mike. I wanted to talk about, how, like, these women are going out to bars for, like, teenagers like me. They don't even really have an option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't have anywhere to meet people. Just at school, maybe. But, like, when you're in the South, you can't even, like, talk about it, really. Because being gay, is bad.
Like, from where you live at, or just, like, in general, you feel like people had that mindset?
In southern areas, at least. I know, when I do find, like, these LGBT groups, they're generally, like, Tumblr SJW people who can't, take a joke, can't deal with a lot of things.
So they get triggered by a lot of stuff, and, like, it's really hard to...
It's hard to meet people.
Yeah, I can see what you, because you kind of have to walk on eggshells, essentially. And for you, you don't want to change your character because I mean, like just knowing how you are, you're very cynical and witty, and like you do tend to crack jokes that like are they're edgy, but I get that, I understand that, and they're funny to me. That's why I like hanging out with you because you know you're just cool people. But for like the community that you said, everybody gets triggered by stuff so easily. Quote unquote snowflake, like
Snowflake, I need 12 identities. Like, I'm a lamp. I don't know.
Also, you've been Tumblr.
Yeah. That's the word I could think of, just being soft.
Cis black male. How dare you, cis black male? I'm a cis white female.
That's good, but I mean, so what would you? All right. So in that sense, what would you do about like the situation you got going on? Like idealistically, how could you solve that?
How could you solve sensitivity? I mean, like, you just have to have like exposure to it.
W's, aren't they?
Hmm.
These aren't local. The people you meet online.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are they local or no?
If you're going like Tinder and shit like that, yeah, they're pretty local. Even then, they're like that. Or they're not actually like gay. They're like, oh, I want to experiment because I want to be bi, and that's cool because it's gay. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I get a bad rap over here in New York City.
Yeah.
I think they're like whores.
Really?
Like, come on, that's terrible.
Dude, really?
No, they got a reputation. But anyway, so do you get to meet local people?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's like that was the other thing I was going to solve because you said it was hard for you to meet local people. So I guess what would be the steps that you take to go out and meet people, and how do you solve that? Because I mean, from your area, like, would you create like a separate site or something, or like a group, or do you feel like there should be more of a presence of the LGBT community where you're at, or what?
Presence. I mean, I feel like there are, you know, LGBT people that are around, but not only like. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Not only like are they, you know, scared to come out to their parents, stuff like that. It's just kind of difficult because I don't feel like all people can relate to, you know, Tumblr SJW. Like they can't talk to people because of that.
Right. I mean, JP said, obviously, I guess I don't know, worst case scenario here, or just move. You know what I mean? But,
just move. That's difficult though. Like,
yeah, I know.
Where are you gonna go?
You thought about it?
Cali. We can all go to Cali.
I'm moving next year.
I feel like Cali's like a Tumblr hotspot.
Tumblr girls.
Probably right.
Yeah.
But I mean, more gay people equals more chances of finding a normal one, perhaps.
Maybe. It's true. That's
like,
true.
A little bit.
I mean, you can go to Baltimore. Baltimore is a huge gay community. Like Carnival. Whew. Yo, I actually went to that. That was pretty fun. Pride. I went with it was me, a buddy of mine, John Woodcock, and our friend Rodney. Rodney was bi at the time, but he's like full-fledged gay now. Like he was just he tried dating girls, didn't like it. He tried dating girls again. That was that whole bi experience. But dude, it was fun. It's a blast. Like it's literally a blast.
The bi experience.
Yeah. Like I.
Did you have a bi experience?
No, I didn't have a bi experience. It was just going to Pride and going to like the gay bars. Is like, it's just awesome because like.
Bad here in Dallas.
They're chill and they don't care, and by they I mean like that whole community. That even though I'm not gay, they still accept me in it. You know, I just come there, hang out, party. they're not like overly aggressive or anything like. Because I think the common stipulation is, if you're gay, you're attracted to every guy, and I hate that concept. Like I really hate that concept.
Obviously not true.
Yeah, it's not true. It's just, it's the same thing for like straight guys. It's like, hey, are you attracted to every single girl because like you're heterosexual?
And also that straight men have about being hit on by a gay person.
I didn't know that was a problem for straight people. Like, oh wait, yeah, it is, because, you know, if you're friends with a girl, you know, it's like, oh, you're together, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, if I'm nice to you, I'm probably not hitting on you. You know, don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's agreed, Brian. Definitely, for sure. I need to stop calling you Brian. I'm gonna use your stream name, Beardly. So, I'm putting this information out. I'm sorry, chat. It's just that I've known him for like 10 or 11 years, so calling him by like his stream name is actually weird. Like every single time. Like I'll join his chat and he'll be like, "What's up, Element?" And I'm like, "Oh, you mean me? My bad." But yeah, that's the thing. So, would you say it's easier to date, being that you guys are gay? Like, I mean,
No.
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 Oh, really?
It's a lot harder.
Really?
I feel like, yeah.
Even in New York City, no, definitely not.
Mm. Why is that, Rosé?
Because you don't know who you're flirting with. Like, is it a straight guy? Is it, you know, straight girl? You don't know.
Even in a gay bar, you might run into a straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
saying
don't
about
know.
me going to Pride and Carnival.
Like, why are you there? Like, come on, man.
No, I was supporting my friends.
It's all good. I mean, but then you got like guys
Kappa
flirting with you.
Pride.
You're like, oh no, sorry, I'm straight. Like, oh, it feels bad, dude.
It was Kappa Pride. Like we wanted to go. Like my other friend John, he was straight as well. But like we wanted to go and just support him. It was fun. It was like it's one of my best experiences I've ever had. Like I was just like, I gotta go back here. I gotta we gotta make this like a annual thing, man. Because this is a blast. It's like almost going to like a music festival, and just getting wasted and just balling out, just going crazy. But yeah, I don't know. That's I think the chivalry issue, for me personally, I think it kind of is lost now, and like the dynamic behind it is a lot of people nowadays are a lot less kinder than what they used to be. Before you could hold people accountable, before technology kicked in and cell phones and social media and everything kicked in, you could hold people accountable for what they do and how they act. Now you really can't. Now people are just like insensitive, and it bugs me because I have like a mental block when I try to date because of that. Like prime example. So one girl I was talking to, she used to live out in Chicago. My dad always taught me to respond in like a timely fashion. If you really care for somebody, not go above and beyond, but make yourself available for them, you know? I did that, and vice versa. I think she was raised different, and she didn't do that. So a lot of times what would happen is I would hit her up, and I would feel that I was annoying her. You know what I mean? You ever talk to somebody, and you feel like you're carrying on the conversations or you're hitting them up?
Yeah.
And they never hit you up first? That's what it felt like. And so for me,
Yeah.
mentally in my head, I'm like,
People up.
yeah. Mentally in my head, that messed with me a lot. It really did mess with me. I thought I was being annoying. I was like, oh, why are they not hitting me up first? Should I give them space? Am I doing too much? Am I being extra? And I don't know, like social media nowadays, people just generally just forget to respond. So
I guess it wouldn't be a problem if you had no expectations whatsoever.
yeah.
But you did.
Right.
I try not to have expectations from people. It's just like, if I expect something and don't get it, it just sucks. Like,
Right. Just to be surprised, right?
Right. I've had to teach myself that.
And they were respond. They were like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Yeah. I've had to teach myself that. Like that's something that was really, really hard for me to process.
That's a big shift, though. Yeah.
Because being the type of person I am, just trying to go, I go like 110% for people. So I go over the top. Like, I mean, I've bought girls things that I shouldn't have. I bought all my friends stuff that I shouldn't have. I've gave away my last dollar several occasions.
Wait, you learned not to do that anymore? Because I could use some stuff.
I've learned not to be. I've learned not to be gullible in the sense that I get to know a person a little bit more, and I use better judgment now. Because before, I used to do that for everybody. I used to go out to the bars. I'd be that guy and be like, "Hey, yo, shots for everybody." But like, I remember there was this local bar around here, ABC. I would get off work from Toyota. I would go over there. I would get my paycheck direct deposited. Same night, I would wait for 12 o'clock to hit. As soon as 12 o'clock hits, I would buy, on average, probably $200 worth of drinks that weekend for other people. For other people, mind you. So literally, a third of my paycheck was going to that.
You're like investing in people who you might not even see again.
Exactly.
That's what I find weird. Like,
and Brian knows what kind of, like, for lack of a better word, shithole ABC is.
How many people are we talking about?
Just random people at the bar. Honestly, random people. I was just like that feel-good guy at the bar. And I wasn't hammered or anything. It wasn't me being drunk. It was just like, yo, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's nice, but you're putting yourself way out there.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. For sure.
Which is brave, mind you. I could never do that.
That was just
$2, man. $200.
Yeah, I know.
I would never do that for random people.
But
that's kind of painful, actually. Like, I don't even want to hear about it.
I justify it because, like, when I was at Toyota, when I first started working there, I was making really, really good money. Like, I mean, I was getting paid weekly, and I think my paychecks were around $860, not including the commission that I got for running around and doing stuff. So
200 was just pennies. Pennies.
At that time, I was just like, yo, let's do it. That's how I ended up. Fun fact: my car got into an accident. I got into an accident with my car when I first got it, and that's how I ended up paying for like the repair on it. I was in the rain, and I slid into a pole, and I was like, man, I really don't want to spend all this money, and I think it cost me $6 grand to fix it. So. And then after that, like, it was in the shop. The whole time it was in the shop, that's when I went on that whole spending spree of going to the bar and hanging out with people. And it was just...
your logic does not make sense. Let me spend a bunch of money, and then let's go to the bar and spend more money. Like, wow.
I told you, like...
intelligent.
The easiest ways to get out of depression is to spend money.
So that's why you see... So, like, literally,
and your
that's why
money's
you hear
gone,
Brittany.
and then you're depressed again. Like...
It's true.
I feel personally attacked here.
Because I know how to use my money. Like,
get off my show.
Come
Go.
on.
Get off the show now. We're done. We're ending it. It's a wrap. Personally. No. Come back.
I'm just kidding. But, like...
So, yeah. And I mean, even now. All right. So, even now, that's like my character. Like, I still do that same thing.
I love friends' drinks, but random people's drinks, that's just...
Yeah.
Not random people.
Moon, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. We're just having a talk about, like, Chivalry. Is it really dead? We had other, topics to cover on it, but, like, this is, like, a wormhole of sorts. If
Chivalry is paying for the entire bar's drinks, then, yeah, it's completely dead for me, anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
So... I don't know. Like I said, I personally changed that about myself. Oh, this would be a good question for you guys. So, with that being said, were you guys gullible back in the day before, like, you learned how to interact with people? Like, were you, like, more trusting of them when you started dating, or no?
For sure. Like, it was kind of insane. Like, how much I would trust a person just because, like, hey, I like you. Like, right now, like, I don't trust a lot of people at all.
Right. I do see that. Yeah, I mean, that's why we besties. No, we're not besties, Cierra.
Oh, we're besties.
I'm looking you dead in the eye right now. We're not besties.
I'm just like, I was spacing out looking at chat.
Okay.
What about you, Marcel?
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry. I spaced out.
Guys, what am I gonna do with y'all? All right, so basically, like when you guys started dating, like how gullible were you in the terms where were you trusting of people that you generally had attraction into?
Until I was 21.
Mm-hmm. What changed then?
I came out when I was 21.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. So I mean, I was already pretty grown at that point. Also living in New York City, where you're not supposed to trust anyone.
Oh yeah.
Prior to that, I guess I was pretty darn gullible. I would take people at face value.
Mm.
Like as a logical person, I would see no reason why they would lie to me.
Right.
And then later on, I would learn those reasons why they would lie to me.
It sucks, doesn't it? It sucks, like, in a cold dose of reality. What about you, chat? Like, what do you guys, like, growing up in terms of just being overly trusting? Because for me, I know other people kind of, like, they grew up the opposite, where they just didn't trust anybody out there. And they were just, like, really, really protective. Like, me and my dad are quite the opposite. He still puts, like, he grew up in New York, mind you, by the way, like, in Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens and all that. He moved around. And he still puts his wallet in his sock to this day. Like, literally tucks it in his sock. Like, it doesn't matter where we go. Like, he'll go to pay for something, and people see him reach down, and they're like, what is he reaching for? And, like, he'll just pull his wallet out of his sock just because he's had his wallet stolen so many times. Also, I forgot. This, I don't know if you guys can see. Actual knife that he got from, like, Spain when he was in deployment. But this is what he used to carry around. Like this was like his shank of sorts. It was ironic that we were talking about this because I just had it sitting in front of me. But like that's like he had to carry that around, and I was just like me. I'm quite the opposite, you know. Like I'm like I don't carry a knife on me. Obviously, my wallet's still in my back pocket. But yeah, so like
see if you're a girl, you put it between your boobs. Done.
Have you done that, though?
I've done that, and I've put it in my shoe before, like, shoe area. Like, if I'm wearing boots, it goes on my ankle, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Like, that's just to me. I didn't know, like, storage, like, your boobs double storage devices.
They kind of do. If you're wearing, like, a dress or something, you got boots on, yeah, just put them right on your ankle, whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's storage, you know? I don't like carrying around purses, personally. Purses are annoying. I don't like carrying them. So either I'm wearing some jeans that got actual, like, big pockets. Normally, girls don't even have pockets. These do. But, like, purses, no.
What is it?
And boobs and boots, done.
What is it with, like the oversized purses? What do you guys think that's for? Because I don't get that. Like
you want to store everything in there. You have your brush, like some hairspray. You got like lipstick, got makeup, all of that mess.
Not here. They don't have any pockets.
You got some gum in there. Like
we're gonna
put
clip
whatever
this
you want.
because I'm curious.
Maybe you got a cat.
What's inside the purse? Like I just don't know. Because like purses double as backpack nowadays. Like they're just that huge. Like, I have backpacks that are smaller than most girls' purses, put it that way. I have, like, it's almost like a satchel bag that I carry. And I literally only have my inhaler, a charger, wallet, possibly, and cell phone.
You got a Merce, Mike?
A Merce? No, it's not a Merce. It's a satchel.
I have Merce.
Okay, both of you have Merces, and I don't even have a purse, so...
It's acceptable.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm a superior being. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm Fifth Element here, so you can't be. Duh. My podcast.
Duh.
So yeah. Oh, other thing, back to like I hate the alright, so this is gonna be like going back on another tangent about being gay. But so and it's actually why I'm wearing a suit. I used to go out and I used to dress up all the time, like wherever I would go. And the problem with that is 9 times out of 10, like the girls that I would talk to would think because I'm so well dressed that I'm gay. And I'm like, what? Like when I used to go into the bar that I used to work at, alright, so I have like a huge scarf collection. That's my thing, you know. I like wearing scarves, button-ups, or whatever. I see you smirking, don't laugh at me, Sierra. I see you smirking. I can see you. But
Okay. I know you can see me. I just find it funny. I don't know. Like a metrosexual over here.
basically, or so yeah.
Just metropolitan, yeah.
And I would go into the bar and they would just be like, "Oh, I thought you were gay." I'm like, "No." Well, can I wear your scarf, by the way? I'm like, "Sure." So I'd like literally get compliments on like my scarves and everything, but like I guess like at the time people thought I was gay because I wore scarves. So I'm like, what is this whole? So like I guess like people have like this tailor-made vision of what a gay person looks like, and they don't understand that like it can just be anybody. And that's what I was trying to get at.
Right.
I don't understand why you have to be like you have to be gay if you dress well, you know? Or like you
I mean, I don't dress well. I prefer wearing like, pajamas and a hoodie.
we know. We know.
Oh, I'm actually like dressed right now, but
You were wearing a dress the other day. She actually did start dressing up. So it was kind of interesting. Like she started dressing up, and I was like, all right, cool. Gucci is trying to bring a fanny pack back. So, but yeah, I had to change. I kind of went with it. At first I was kind of skeptical about like everybody being like, oh, he's gay, and I was kind of worried about it. But I was like, yo, that's my thing. And once I just started rocking with it, people were like, yo, that's cool. I respect that. I was like, all right, we're getting there. I noticed Marcellus' face has been frozen like that for like the past.
oh, it's working on my screen. I don't know what's wrong with his.
Oh, I don't know. It's like frozen. Maybe he's lagging. I don't know. Maybe he's lagging.
Maybe.
Do you see me lagging, Q?
Hold on.
I hear
No,
you.
you're not lagging for me, but his face is frozen on your screen.
Yeah.
Try disconnecting or reconnecting.
All right. Cool.
Me or him?
You.
Okay.
Let me see. What time we're at? Oh, dude, we ran
over.
way past the time. So
I was gonna say 5:15 because we started kind of late, but
okay, yeah, that's fine. So we can do like 6. That'd be 6:15 our time. But that was actually pretty good talk. I mean, we could continue on. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't have raid later. Actually, I don't think. Do we have raid later, Marcellus?
We do not have a raid leader.
Yeah. So.
And I'm going to grocery shop.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
cooking cheese tonight.
What are we cooking? What are we cooking?
Lactose-free mac and cheese.
Lactose-free mac and dude, that's gotta be disgusting.
No, it's pure cheddar, 0% lactose.
Okay.
wait, how?
I'm kind of confused.
Cheddar is naturally lactose-free.
That's kind of weird. I didn't know that. Thanks for the facts.
You're welcome.
I didn't know that either. That's why I was kind of figuring out lactose-free. I was like, how do you fix cheddar without lactose? like isn't
That sounds really good.
it's weird. I don't know. But so yeah, either that we can stay on this topic. Like I'll leave that up to chat actually to see if we can want to stay on the topic for like the remainder of the time, or we want to go into briefly like gaming and streaming. Huh?
Yeah, we can start on that if you want.
Yeah, and then we can stay part of the discussion for the next podcast. So the next topic that I had was full-time streaming / gaming as like a job and career, and what your parents and your friends think of it. And what I was getting at by that is a lot of times people will ask you what you do for a living so they can kind of judge your character and judge how much respect they give you.
Yeah.
So say for instance, if you say you're a garbage person versus like the owner of your own business or entrepreneur.
Hey, so somebody's got to do it, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's Jay said the trash. Dude, JV, I'm sorry your net's messing up, bro. Hopefully it fixes itself. But for me, I don't know. I'm kind of like chill in the sense that I don't really take offense to what people think about me, you know. I understand that people have like different opinions, but I know a lot of people have this stigma about you being like a full-time streamer. It's not a real job. Like, and for me, that sucks. That sucks because I want to kind of do this as a full-time job, and I know a lot of people that would prefer to do this as a full-time job because you work from home, you have the freedom of the schedule, and you're respected, you get exposure by a lot of people, and you're your own boss, you know?
I wouldn't say freedom of schedule, and the chat's your boss, you know?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on how you filter the people that come into chat. Like, if you have a mutual understanding that people come into this chat and it's like a safe space for them to chill, which I wanted my stream to be, right? It's like a safe space for people to come and chill and hang out and, you know, just relax. You get off work, you want to be entertained, you come home, you want to relax. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be like toxic. Like, I've had to tone it down because I tend to rage at games. So I've had to tone it down a lot.
Well, you did want to discuss hard topics too, so it could get heavy every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And like I even told my dad the topics that I had today. He was like, "Oof." He was like, "Oh, you're just getting right into it, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna go right in these topics."
So what's the third? What was the third one?
The third one is mental illness and like self-diagnosing, and when's the proper time to get help. And that's the one he said oof on, because like
I actually really love that one.
Yeah, that's
I could say a lot about it. So actually, I could say a lot about all of these, but you know, since we spent the entire time on this one, yeah, we'll do it next time.
Yeah,
talking about chivalry with two people who probably don't experience it in their relationships.
But that's the good thing about it, because I mean, from a dynamic standpoint, you would never know unless you ask those two people, you know?
Yeah.
Like because for me, I'm only a heterosexual. I think most of the chat is heterosexuals. So it's a question in the back of your head. You're like, all right, well, in a sense, how are gays and lesbians? Like, how do they look at this? Is it any different for them? You know?
I mean, I want to treat my girl good, but I gotta know my girl's gonna treat me good.
Right.
Yeah, what we value, well, at least for my relationships, what I value in a gay relationship is the equality that I experience in it.
Mm.
And I think for girls, that's the same way. Being in a relationship with a girl, it feels sort of equal, doesn't it?
Boom.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's, for me, that's common sense. Like, for most people, I guess not, but like I could see that happening, because I mean, who's gonna understand you better than another guy or another girl? Like your urges, your tendencies, what you like, what you don't like. It's, I want to say, it'd probably be easier to find more stuff in common, you know, versus like a guy and a girl where like the guy's into sports and the girl's into like makeups and TV shows and all that, you know.
Well, we still have that big difference. Like my boyfriend has very different interests than I do, but we do find common ground. Right.
Do you think more so than like a normal heterosexual couple, or no?
The differences? Or...
Yeah. Just like the common ground. Do you think you have like a lot more in common?
I think we find things that are like similar. Like, I mean, we both don't enjoy sports, so
okay.
That's one.
All right.
But we like doing outdoor stuff, and he hates it.
Mm.
Like, I love hiking, I love camping, and all that.
Right.
He does not.
I feel like I would personally relate more towards a man, but I don't like men, so
true.
it's like, what do you do?
Are you attracted to girls who dress up like guys, though? That's, yeah, like tomboyish guys, or no?
I mean, I like tomboyish girls. I generally don't know if I like, really feminine females. If they're kind of somewhere in the middle, kind of like how I am, I'd be fine with that, obviously.
Okay, all right, cool. Fair enough. Me, I don't like anything at this point. Sad boy. It's impossible to date right now. We're throwing a bottle. Get him out of here. We're throwing another bottle. It's impossible to date. Sorry, Dad.
I wouldn't throw this. It's full.
You won't almost.
Wait, is this a drunken stream? Because I could have been drinking like an hour ago.
No, it's not a drunken stream. I may do a drunken stream later after this, but I'm gonna end the podcast probably in 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna fire up the stream and get some games in. I'm probably not even gonna change. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna stay in the suit. We're going for it. We're going like full attire.
Shit. Look good. Fly fun.
Thank you. That's me and JP were talking about this. So like side note, talking about opening up like a clothing store, and just because I've always had this idea, what I wanted was like a shop where guys who are a little bit less fortunate, they can come get like a fresh cut, like a cheap suit. Not cheap in the sense that it looks bad, but like a relatively cheap suit where they can actually fix up, look sharp for like an interview, a date, or anything.
Are we talking men's warehouse price point?
Possibly, yeah. Almost like what's the place I'm thinking of? There's like a popular like outlet. I'm trying to think. DSW? No. Although DSW is one. Burlington Coat Factory. There we go.
I see.
Yeah. Burlington Coat Factory. I don't know if you guys have ever been to that, but that's pretty much like clearance for a whole bunch of clothes. But
I buy my suits usually from J. Crew. They sell it for like $600.
Yes. Huge J. Crew fan, by the way.
$6? What?
$600.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
I wish.
Like, let's see.
That's a steal.
The shirt is J. Crew, actually. And then the suit is Express. Like, I like Express. Express has, like, slim-fitting clothes, so it's easy for me. Like, I don't have to get them tailored. This fits actually somewhat good.
Mike,
but,
you go to Big and Tall?
Do I go to Big and Tall? No. I did when I was younger. If you saw me when I used to dress younger, all my button-up shirts were way too big. So, like, I wear, like, a 13.5, a 14 shirt. And most of the time, I'd be in, like, a 16. So you would see these button-up shirts just hanging down halfway past my legs. I would never tuck them in. And, like, my dad was like, hold on, we gotta fix that. Like, you're not going to be out here, like, just representing me looking like this. So...
That's a good dad.
Yeah.
That's a good...
I think we have similar, like, style tastes in, because, like, I'll shop at Banana Republic, J. Crew, Express, H&M, but I won't go overboard in, like, H&M. I'll get, like...
quality's not that great.
You have the exact same style as my mom. She buys from all those places.
That's good. Your mom has a good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should feel proud. It should rub off on you, hen. Start picking up
that's because she works in like office areas, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's not... Wait, what does she do if you don't mind me asking?
She is, I guess, kind of a salesman. Not really.
Oh, she's a hustler. Ooh. Oh, she getting hers. Okay.
It's not like door-to-door salesman. She basically sells products to these companies who make houses. So they have dishwasher, oven, stuff like that.
Okay,
microwave. I can hook you up. Just saying.
I mean, I need a microwave down here, actually, come to think of it.
Oh, microwave?
Yeah, I do need a microwave. I got 2 fridges on the other side of this wall. Like, I got so much space down here. This is practically my living space now.
You have to order it from, like, Dallas, so.
That's not going to happen. I can tell you what's not going to happen. So
one of the doctors was watching the stream, the Fortnite stream yesterday. It was like that. His house looks like something from Fortnite.
No.
Wait, Mike's?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Who said that? Take that back.
That would be one of the doctors in my office.
Clip it. Tell him to take it back. Come on.
Oh my god! I wish I could have heard this. It's pretty funny. But yeah, it's an unfinished basement, but like the setup is pretty progress. Like I don't want to do it now because there's a huge mess over there, like the stuff, like all the knickknacks that my parents have. But once I get this cleaned up, I'm gonna get like a green screen behind everything, and then we'll get right into it.
Did you tell your mom to leave you alone while you did your podcast?
Mm-mm. She's not even here actually, but no, she called yesterday while I was streaming. I picked it up on stream. I'm sure she's mindful of it.
I want to know. I want to know when your mom comes down. You're like, hey, she's like Liz's mom. Be like messing with the camera. Like, hey.
No.
No booby streaming.
She probably won't come on camera. She's like really camera shy. But like
Will
you'll
she
probably
even
hear her in
know?
the background. Yeah, she knows. She'll
Okay.
peek. That's what I was saying with the gaming thing. She peeks her head around the corner. Like there's a corner right here that I can see, and she'll peek her head around the corner and be like, "Hey, are you streaming?" Like she'll silently say it too. It's the cutest thing in the world. Like I'm like, who is this person? Like Jay can even attest to it. He's like, "Yo, your mom sounds cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because she thinks I'm streaming right now."
No.
So, but it was pretty funny. Like whenever she's been mindful of it, and like I have to thank her for that because she sells wreaths. So like the wreaths that hang on doors, she like custom makes those, and she makes those down here. So like the whole other side of this basement is like her whole workshop, so to speak. So like she'll slowly walk down the steps, peek her head around the corner. Am I gonna disturb you? I'm like, no, you're fine. Are you streaming? No, you're fine. Go ahead. You sure? Yes, Mom. Go ahead. Go. You're fine. And then you hear in the background, Alexa, play gospel music. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Alexa, stop listening. I forgot she left it down here. Alexa, stop. Thank you. Thank you.
Fuck?
She left it down here. I thought she took it with her because, like, we got her Alexa so she could just do things like that. She often gets in arguments with Alexa, too, because she can't figure out how to work it.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast. Like, Marcellus, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. It's a very, very good talk. Cierra, thank you as well. I'm going to take like a short 10, 15-minute break, go grab something to snack on, and then we're going to start the stream. And if you guys in chat, you guys want to stick around, we can continue on the topic, like, as I'm playing. I'm probably going to queue into Overwatch, maybe a little bit of Fortnite, but we have, like, plenty of time to just sit back and relax. Especially if you guys have any suggestions. Like, I mean, that'd be great to go over after the podcast. So, appreciate it. You stopping by, JP. Moon, thank you for tuning in. Beardley, if you're still here, almost called you by your regular name. Thank you. Sierra, Marcellus, thank you.
Yeah.
GG's.
I play Overwatch.
I love you guys. Much love, much love. You want to play Overwatch?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get on Overwatch. I'm going to end this stream so I can highlight it and go back later for a podcast. Good hype, by the way, or hat. I love it. Later.